What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick. That's Jeremy. We are the Men of Main Street, and today we're talking 4th of July, test tracks, some park news, and doing the great sauce debate. Let's get into this. All right, man. How was your week this week?
It's a good week. It's we're ramping up for the 4th of July, so I'm excited for it. It's my favorite holiday of the year.
Absolutely, man. I can't beat that. Getting that barbecue out and having some fun on the water, I'd imagine, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right on, man. Well, what shirt are you wearing today?
Today I'm not wearing a Roosevelt, but I'm sporting my Sam Eagle, a salute to all nations, but mostly America shirt.
See right Look here. At that. Oh, man. I like it, man. Very nice.
It's a fun one. Nick,
Absolutely.
it looks like you got your Captain America Roosevelts on.
Yes, sir. We have the Rodgers Red Glare. So couldn't think of a better shirt to go ahead and have for All Out with all the fireworks and all that good stuff. So we will throw a link to that in the description here this week, guys. And it is on sale. They are doing their 1776 anniversary sale right now on, or the 4th of July sale, rather, on the Roosevelt's website. So if you get a chance, go snag a couple shirts.
Yeah, I did pick up one myself. It should be coming in any day. So
very nice. Yeah, absolutely, man. My Paging Mr. Morrow shirts just arrived yesterday too. So stay tuned. We'll show those next week.
Now that's exciting.
Absolutely. So, man, we got an action-packed episode this week. We got a whole bunch to talk about and show.
Yeah, first I want to start us off back on the topic of the 4th of July. I know we covered a ton of it last week, but there are a couple clarifications that I wanted to just touch on, and then a couple of more announcements that came out on Friday. We record on Thursdays mostly. Today a little different on Wednesday, but they like to always drop big news on Friday. I've learned that. So let's jump into some of the special things going on for the 4th that we might have misspoke on, or some new things that were announced. So first of all, let's start with the Magic Kingdom. We said that one we were right. That one there will be 2 showings on the 3rd and 4th. The one that we were not clear on, I just want to be very clear, is that Epcot will only be having their fireworks special tag for 4th of July on the 4th, so not on the 3rd, which is not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Jumping into some snacks that they announced, I'm not going to go through all the details of every patriotic snack. What we'll do is we'll drop a link to the Disney Parks blog, and you can go look through all of them there, but I did want to highlight some of the new ones. So first up, we got the Patriotic Cake Bar, which looks delicious. It's vanilla with passion fruit, orange, and guava juice. And that you can find at Amorette's Patisserie in Disney Springs.
Very nice.
Next up, we have the Caramel Apple Pie Funnel Cake. I mean, who doesn't love apple pie?
What's more patriotic than like going over to like Sleepy Hollow and getting a big funnel cake like that, man?
Yes, I agree. But surprisingly, this isn't there. This is at Hollywood Studios at Epic Eats.
Really?
Yeah, they got a funnel cake in Hollywood Studios. Who would have thought? It looks delicious, though. However, if you find yourself at Sleepy Hollow, you can get our next item, which is the red, white, and blue waffle.
Now that looks good.
Yeah, so that's got mixed berries with vanilla ice cream and some whipped cream and strawberries and festive sprinkles. Who doesn't love that?
Absolutely. No, that looks incredible. I love the sprinkles on it.
Yeah. And I will also mention that just in time for the 4th, the Hall of Presidents is reopening.
Yes, we threw that on the Facebook page the other day, guys. Total shock. No one was expecting that to open this soon, but we're happy it did.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we got a lot to talk about, though. So we'll keep, I guess, just trucking on through because we have some surprises at the end for you guys, too. So that would be kind of wrap it up, I think, our 4th stuff, right, Jer?
Yes, that covered. I want to keep it brief, but let you guys know about some of the additional changes that came through.
Absolutely, guys. So next, we're going to get into Test Track. So we got some big news on that today. Or not today, a little bit, like Jeremy said, on last Friday, a little bit. So it's currently in its testing phase as we're getting closer to its 7/22 official opening date. But annual pass holder previews for Test Track are going to be taking place the 13th through the 19th, excluding July 17th for some reason. But either which way, we have a couple days to go do it. I will be down there on the 13th. I do not know if I'm going to get a chance to go ahead and get on it. It is virtual queue for annual pass holder preview. I don't know how chaotic it's going to be, so we'll have to see about that one. If we can, love to bring you guys all along, so we'll see what we can do for that. But yeah, on its actual opening, there's going to be no virtual queue for its official opening. They're going to have the 3 lines for it. We're bringing back single rider. We have our normal standby, and we have our lightning lane. Really, we haven't seen anything like this since Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad in 2020. We haven't seen a ride like this open without a virtual queue. So this is going to be unique to see. I got a feeling they're definitely extended the queue quite a bit. It looked like they did outside. So I'm wondering what that's all going to entail with that. But it's also going to mean that it's going to be a tier 1 attraction along with Frozen Ever After and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which means that we have a ride that's going to move to the 2nd tier. Jared, what do you think that one is?
I'm going to take a guess that it's Soarin'.
That would be right. We have Soarin' going to the 2nd tier. So that means that ride's going to be even easier, hopefully, to get on.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that one's one of my favorites. I can do that all day long. In fact, there are days I just
Soarin'.
Dude, there are days I just listen to the soundtrack for Soarin' just like on repeat all day long. I love
Jerry Goldsmith, that guy killed that score. He did awesome.
He absolutely did. But yeah, that's our news for Test Track, man. We got some exciting things happening at EPCOT.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've from what I've seen a couple of videos from the cast member previews. It's interesting because you're like, this looks familiar, but it is different. Like obviously the track layout is exactly the same, and some of the scenes follow what was there before, but are much more enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like, there's nods to previous rides. We're going to get into all the details when this actually opens on the ride itself and which Nick gets on it. But from what I've seen so far, I was pretty impressed. A lot of cool visual moments on that ride.
Yeah, I mean, again, like Jared said, it's important to note that they're not, this isn't an entire reinvention of the ride. The track stayed the same. Things inside it are going to change as far as all the visuals go and all that stuff. So, I think the end scene, I've got a couple like previews of that. I think that's really exciting. As far as in between, I can't really say that I've seen anything that really jumped out at me yet. But again, I don't know. I haven't rode it yet. So, I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a different feeling doing that. So
yeah, I remember when we were talking about the details, I think 2 weeks ago, the LiDAR section, that actually looks really cool in the ride.
Yeah.
Based on the video I saw. And then obviously there's a really cool scene before you shoot out onto that part's cool.
Yeah, I think that's about I'm really looking forward to seeing that part, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, what other park news we got going on?
Yeah, so they finally started to announce kind of the schedule around when the refurbishment for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin will happen. We don't have a ton of details.
Say it's not so.
I know. I mean, Nick, I think luckily you're going to have a chance to get Galactic Hero at least one more time before it gets its refurbishment and its enhancements. But because I'm sure when it changes over, it's going to be a whole different ball game trying to get that Galactic Hero.
I'm sure.
But the news here is that Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin will go into its temporary close for refurbishment starting on August 4th. And this is, as we talked about back on episode 1, in addition, adding new show scenes, updated vehicles, and other ride enhancements, new targets that are more interactive. They have not provided us with a reopening date, but they're targeted for 2026 on this. So,
and I got to say, I saw recently, I don't know, it was one of the parks overseas. I think it was at either Shanghai or Tokyo. They actually have one that's similar to what they're showing here with the blasters untethered and all that. And I got to wonder how similar it's going to end up being. I'd have to take a look, but it looks like it's been done already, and it looks enjoyable. It looks fun. I was actually watching a video the other day with Ordinary Adventures had gone out and they were doing it, and it made me think that I wonder how much of this is actually going to come over here. So definitely curious to see if we're going to get like a carbon copy or if we're going to get something totally different out of it.
Yeah, I'm expecting. I don't think anyone has the advanced features that they teased for this ride, like the advanced targets. As far as the blasters, just not attached to the vehicle itself, but kind of free on a rope on the cord. That has been in Disneyland's version forever, so it's not totally new, but everyone likes it 10 times more, and I know I will as well, because if you're on the current version, you're aiming at one target and your partner's trying to get to a similar target and they can't get over there, it's impossible.
Or then you have the one where the stick in the middle that spins the car is just like constantly making you spin sideways. It's great. It's a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, man. Well, I think that was kind of a wrap as far as news in the parks this week. But we did want to mention something that did happen the other day. And unfortunately, there was an incident that happened on the Disney Dream. We're not going to get into it too much, guys. We just want to say that there was someone that went overboard on there. And just want to commend the cast and crew of that ship. It just goes to show again, guys. I mean, they had them out of the water within minutes. They did a fantastic job, and it just goes to show just how crazy it is on one of those ships as far as the cast and crew. Everyone on there has multiple jobs. You see that clear as day when they're doing the muster drills and all that. When you see chefs and waiters and entertainers that are out there being firemen, being helping people get on the ship, on the lifeboats, and doing the muster drills. It's just crazy to see that they prep for this kind of thing. So that way, when something does happen, within minutes, it's taken care of. And it just goes to show again that they are very responsive, just an incredible company and an incredible team overall. And just definitely kudos to them. The Walt Disney Company went out and actually did state that they were, wanted to commend them as well and how efficient everything went. Just wanted to say the same thing here. They did a fantastic job, and happy to see everyone made it out okay.
Yeah, definitely. I could not do the jobs that the people on the cruise ships do.
Yeah.
Just the commitment to staying on the water alone is hard.
Yeah.
And then wearing so many hats in the hours that they work, and it's crazy.
You got a lot of these people that are working 18, 19-hour shifts. I mean, it doesn't stop. And and they're contracted too for 6 months at a time. Yep. So, and it's only the best of the best that get to go be on these ships. That's why the reviews and all that count so much. If you ever do get a chance to go on a Disney cruise, which I hope anyone that wants to definitely gets to, it's phenomenal, guys. But just keep in mind that their ratings and their reviews are what keep them on board and what keep the magic flowing. So definitely, be sure to go ahead and write honest reviews on that if you can. I promise you guys, if it's anything like I've seen so far, it's nothing short of incredible with everything that they do. So just again, kudos to them.
Absolutely.
So what else we got, man?
Yeah, I did want to share one more piece of news that did come out this week. As we know, for the Disneyland 70th anniversary, we're getting a new show at the Opera House in Disneyland, yes, which is currently the home of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but will now also rotate and feature A Magical Life featuring with Walt Disney, an animatronic version of Walt Disney. What's exciting about this is, the news here is that they put the new marquee up, but having Walt Disney in animatronic form will be really cool to see.
Yeah.
We know that they're also releasing a merchandise line that goes along with this. And I believe it's also scheduled for the same timing. I think this opens on the 17th. It opens on the 17th. Yeah. I think that's dropping the same day.
This is the one that we had seen a preview of on Disney Store for a while.
Yes.
And they took it down because they just realized that they weren't going to release it, or it was some odd reason. But we did get to see a little bit of a preview of it. We wish they kept it up a little bit longer so you guys would get to see it. But As soon as it does come up, we'll be sure to go ahead and share it with you guys, because some of them were pretty cool. I think it was like, what was it? It was some kind of set. It almost looked like of Walt standing at his desk or something.
Yeah, there was an action figure or some like light animatronic that you could have of Walt Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that'll be going in part of the collection here. And I'm definitely excited to go ahead and add that part in. But dude, just that entrance there just looks incredible. They
does
did
look
such
incredible.
a good job.
They did a really good job with it. So
Yeah, I'm
I'm
definitely excited.
17th will be here faster than you know, and we'll be definitely talking about what that show is all about, because I'm really interested to see what it looks like and the kind of response it gets from the fans.
Absolutely. I mean, so dude, if you think about it, I'm gonna have that to go do. I'm gonna have the key thing to go do. I have a whole bunch of snacks to try. I mean, people say that Disneyland,
you need like a week at Disneyland.
I don't think that most people would ever say that. I'm gonna say that. Okay, I think that needs to happen. All right.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But dude, now we're gonna get into one of our big talking points this week. We have some Smokehouse to talk about, don't we?
Yeah, our print of the week, which is all about Regal Eagle Smokehouse. Let me show off the print here. For this week, we tried to stay on the patriotic theme, and we have brought you the Regal Eagle Smokehouse sign. Check that thing out. It looks beautiful.
At that is awesome, man.
Yeah, it came out really nice.
A lot faster on the P1S.
So I actually did this one right before I got my P1S, so this is still via the Ender 3, but
came out good.
It still came out good. Yeah, so let's get into some of the Regal Eagle Smokehouse and why it's loved. It's a very beloved quick service location, and some of the story behind it. So it's located at the America Pavilion at EPCOT, opened in 2002 on February 19th, and took over the former Liberty Inn, which was another quick service place. The restaurant's name is in honor of Sam Eagle from the Muppets, so there's a lot of heavy Muppet theming here.
Yes.
So the way they kind of marketed this when it first opened was hold on, I'm bringing it up. It was a cook-off. It was Sam's Centennial Cook-Off, which is a salute to all cook-offs, but mostly barbecue.
Yes, competition. That I think is actually, we see a couple of those posters hanging up inside there too.
Correct. Yeah, it's a competition fit for all Patriots and Pitmasters. So it's an annual event that I guess he does. So in this, there's kind of like 4 categories of the Pitmaster guilds is what they call it. So first you have the Blue Ribbon Brisket Society, which is more of a Texas style brisket. And they use like a mop to apply the sauce, and that one's featuring Bobo the Bear, who is their champion. Additionally, they have a sizzling pit dry rub collation, which is led by Ralph, which is a Memphis style dry rub. So it features meats where spices rubbing deep with the flavor without adding sauce, potentially. And they also have the Blue Ridge Vinegar League, led by, who was won by Janice. You might know her from, I believe she's a singer in Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Which is a North Carolina vinegar sauce on pulled pork kind of style. And then the Old Glory Mustard Guild, led by Gonzo himself, which is a South Carolina mustard-based sauce. Kind of barbecue. So with this, so with this, Nick, tell us about, I think each one has a different sauce, right?
Each one has a different sauce. Now they offer all the sauces there for you to just grab. It's not specific to whatever you're going to get. They want you to try all of them. I will note too, all the sauces are gluten-free. This is one of my my daughter's favorite places to go ahead and grab something. Because they make everything, or they can make quite a few items there gluten-free that are not just your average hamburgers and hot dogs and that sort of thing. So with that, I've tried all the sauces, man, but there's hands down one that it hits home, and I love it more than all the others. And for me, that is the Blue Ridge vinegar sauce. That one to me, it's just so unique, and it has such a zesty kind of smoky flavor, but it's not too smoky. The Blue Ribbon Brisket Society, I think, is just kind of, it reminds me a little bit more of like your classic, um, classic barbecue sauce. The pit rub one is good. It's not bad. Just the vinegar one definitely hits home, and then the mustard one is another unique one, but it just doesn't seem to go on everything. Um, it's definitely one that I happen to enjoy. But man, what's your favorite sauce there?
I have to go with the Gonzo's mustard based sauce, which is a bold and tangy one, which is that's how I usually like my barbecue sauces.
Very nice. Yeah, no, that's a very bold sauce to choose, man.
Um, but yeah, it's a really cool place. I do have some additional images and info on the different items you could get there.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh,
I'm,
I need to
I'm
go have barbecue
mouth
tonight.
watering over here. Looks delicious.
Oof, I
So
might be
you
able to
have
get
everything
barbecue
from
tonight.
you have everything from your pulled pork sandwiches to this is a barbecue burger. Look at that onion ring.
It's good. Trust me.
Can
I've had
also
almost everything in this picture.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
uh, and then they also have this. You can beyond just sandwiches, you can get like a plate of different types of meats that'll
Mm-hmm.
include like brisket, ribs, and smoked sausages.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, have you had the cornbread here?
I have. It is phenomenal.
Very moist.
Um, very moist. Yeah,
Good.
it's really good. I also like their mac and cheese here. It's all they definitely like smoke it. It's more baked than anything else, which is cool. What's the other sides we get here? Fries are always great. Watermelon's another unique one that we love having.
Mm-hmm.
Their onion rings are great. I mean, everything about this place is just great, man. I don't. This is definitely a great stopping point for us because at Epcot there's a ton of food. I like to go ahead and check out the festival food mainly when that's going on, and stay away from places like this per se. My daughter, it makes it tough. So usually for her, we'll either stop at one of two places. We'll either stop at Connections Eatery or we'll stop at Regal Eagle. And it works out good because they're both kind of, opposite ends of each other. So that way we don't have to worry about anything kind of in between. But yeah, it works out great, man. I love just about everything there. Their brisket is incredible. It's just making me want to go ahead and get some right now, honestly.
Yeah, they actually and on top of their, I wonder if this is going to work. But can you guys see this? Oh no, try that. Does that show or no? You still look at the screen. Okay, hold on. I'm going to reshare because I have the menu up. So I just wanted to share some of the other sides that they have because they have more than just what you mentioned that I'm surprised about. They also have Brewmaster fries, which come with a beer cheese sauce. That sounds fantastic. And
I forgot about that.
And who doesn't love burnt ends? So many people love burnt ends. So,
dude, the more, in fact, I'm glad you said that because the Brewmaster fries were new when I went this last time. It was the first time I had gotten them, and they were phenomenal. Baked beans are always a great one. I usually pick those up while we're there as well. But yeah, no, it's great there. I love everything there.
Yeah, it's good. And they also have, some house salads if you're looking for some healthier options. But, you're on vacation. You're having the best barbecue in the parks. You might as well go all out, in my opinion. But, and the only thing I will also, the other thing I didn't mention was on that photo earlier was a s'mores bar. And that looks fantastic.
Yes. And I do want to also point out, too, as a pass holder tip, a lot of times if they have any kind of like tumblers or anything like that, those usually are at Regal Eagle. It says right now they are as well. The past couple times they've released them, they usually have like the exclusive pass holder drinks will be there, that sort of thing. I think for a while they actually had that blueberry lavender lemonade was a pass holder exclusive, and they had it there for a while. You could get it. It had a little flower from Princess and the Frog there, all lit up, and it was really cool. So
cool.
Definitely some fun stuff, man.
Yeah, and you mentioned this earlier, but the awesome thing that about first I just want to say Tennessee Lemonade specialty cocktail there if you're looking for something cool. Although the bar right outside Regal Eagle is one of the best bars in Epcot. They have a huge selection of cocktails, but as Nick said, his daughter's a celiac, but they have all the different types of menus and what will work for you right online to view. They also will provide these in the park if you request them. But I mean, there's not much they can't have, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like how large these menus are for people who have all different types of allergies. So they got something for everyone here.
And it's great too because in the app it'll even ask you, if you go down to the allergy section, it'll say what is your allergy. You can tap it and it'll show you a list of everything you can have. And they're always great about it. Every time I order from here, they have a separate window that I pick up my food in. It's not one of the regular windows, and it's always a chef that brings it out to me. It's never usually just a server there or a cast member behind the counter there. It'll usually be the chef coming out and explaining how they cooked everything, what's separate, all the sauces are gluten free. Something that again I just have come to enjoy so much. Being able to be on vacation or be able to be at the parks and not have to worry about, is this cross contaminated? Do we have this going on? Because it takes one little thing, man, to ruin an entire vacation. And it's such a, it's even worse the fact that it is my daughter and she's, younger. I don't want to have to see that happen to her, and she doesn't deserve that. So I try to look out for her where I can. And I appreciate Disney doing the same.
Yeah, for sure. They make it really easy for you, which is awesome.
Absolutely. But man, yeah. What else do we have? We got some surprises here at the end.
I did. I teased a surprise to you, and I did not tell you what it is. For those of you who don't know, Nick's birthday is coming up. It's on July 5th, turning the big 29.
Jeez, yeah, I see the gray hair showing right over here. Yeah,
right.
Okay.
In honor of your birthday, you've been requesting that I make you a door corner.
Door corner, yeah.
Yeah. And you're probably thinking I was going to make something 4th of July, but I knew we were going to be close to 4th of July. So I was like, no, I'm not going to give him something 4th of July. I won't be able to enjoy it. So instead, I have made you an EPCOT door corner. Check out this design that I've made for you.
Oh, man, that looks... Oh, you outdid yourself on that one, man.
Yeah, I worked pretty hard on this.
That came out great.
Yeah, it did come out great. I wish I could have put more of the symbols because I just kind of picked a few of them that were different and represent what's there today. Feel free if you want a certain one that's not here, I can easily add that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so what I did is I took the classic logo, put the EPCOT logo, and then some of the land, seas. This is Guardians, Imagination, and World of Motion logos because those are all relevant to today. But yeah, I think it came out really cool, and you can put it up for your birthday. Happy birthday, Nick!
Well, thanks, man. I actually just got another roll of PLA silver. So,
good. That's what I used for the base. Yeah. I think it can. I like the coloring of this. I think it's very EPCOT-esque.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coloring.
Man. Well, dude, I appreciate that. I'm definitely going to go ahead and print that one up. But another surprise for everybody here. We have been mentioning this for a while. We said this episode was going to be shorter, so we figured why not fill some of that time in with a couple cool things in there. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and throw in at the end of all this a tour of my office here. So
awesome! I'm looking forward to that to myself. Nick has so much stuff in that office, so many 3D prints.
Yeah, guys. So I have, you'll see it in there. I'm not going to spoil too much. It's about a 10-minute video. I kind of go over and explain why everything's set up the way it is and try to dive a little bit deeper into it. I don't want you guys to just think it's just a whole collection of whatever. A lot of thought went into why it looks the way it does, and I certainly have taken a lot of time to go do that. So hope you guys enjoy that. Also, before we do that, we get a quick little highlight reel here too. I went to a 3D printer festival about 2 weeks ago, and we didn't get a chance to drop it in last week's video. But again, just getting to see some cool prints and cool printers, and just kind of a little bit of fun stuff in there. So we'll throw that one in first. That's a quick little 1-minute one, and then we'll head into the office tour here. So
yeah, and speaking of prints, we both got some upgrades.
Yes, we did. So you'll be able to see we have Tronbot. I'm actually working on upgrading that a little bit more. I've had all of my printers going about nonstop. So as you can imagine, things are getting built very quickly now. So working on some upgrades. We'll put some more pictures in too once I get the Tronbot all done.
And I've been learning. I just got my first P1S, and the AMS just went on last night. Oh my gosh, is that a time saver? it is, you know, I did do some learning how much pain I cause Nick when I do 5 colors. I did not realize that.
Yes,
I
you
thought
did.
he was just taking one roll out and switching it. I did not realize you do everything manual if you did 5 colors. So I'll be keeping that in mind going forward. And Nick, I kept that in mind in today's print because I was like, oh, I could do each of them in the color they're, you know, in the color they really are. But I was like, oh, you know what? He probably wouldn't want to do that.
Well, you know, man, I do have 2 AMSs now.
You could do it, and
so I think any prints that I do from now on, I'm going to go do 8 colors, and you could do 4.
Okay.
See how it all goes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm definitely excited to be able to experiment with mine. I get the 2 AMSs now, as well as the A1 Mini to kind of help take a little bit more of the load off too. But yeah, man, my printers have been going nonstop. I had to make bigger poop shoots for my printer because it was. I was blowing through so much filament, with everything, and it's just making such a mess. So, but yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm definitely happy I did those upgrades. I'm very happy that you did that too. Welcome to Team Bamboo.
It's awesome. I did so many prints today that would have taken me like an entire week to do.
Yeah. No, I do about that in a day now. It's a little bit insane. I feel like I'm kind of running a factory at this point.
It's cool.
It is.
I'm glad I'm here.
Absolutely, man.
Didn't think I would have been here. Like if you asked me a year ago, what do you think you would be doing? It wouldn't be this. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And guys, just we've talked about it before in previous episodes, but just so everyone's aware, Jer didn't really get into 3D printing until I gave him his Ender 3 V2. I had an extra one hanging around. I had gotten my P1S. I said, hey, I don't know if I have room for this right now. And I said, here's a printer. And he's been using it ever since. So
yep, that was back in October.
Yes, and now he's up to a P1S right now. And, by the end of, season 4 of this podcast, we might have like 6 of them.
I would expect that I would have another AMS first.
Yeah.
And then probably another printer after that. But hopefully by then I have more room. Not in an apartment anymore, hopefully.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's they do take up a little bit of space, but it's nice having this many because I'm telling you, man, I'm blowing through stuff right now. It's awesome. But yeah, so I guess, guys, with that, we do want to say happy 4th.
Yeah. Please, leave some comments down below of some things you guys are doing, even if it's not Disney related. If you guys are having fun on the 4th, or if you've printed out any of our Patriotic files, like our decoration last week, would love to hear back. And leave a review. We want to know how we're doing. What can we do better in the show?
Absolutely, and have a Mickey bar on us.
Yeah.
For the 4th. So, all right, guys. Well, with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for being here and coming back every week. We greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we hope you guys like the videos here and like the little clips afterwards. So with that, we're going to say we will see you in the future and have fun. Take care, guys. Hey guys, what's going on? We are here at the Midwest Rep Rap Festival, or MRF. Let's go take a look inside and see what we can find. All right, guys, so happy 4th. We figured we'd throw one more extra clip in here. So we figured we'd go ahead and do a little bit of an office tour finally and show you guys what we've been talking about this whole time and kind of see some of the action that we're talking about. and see the background that you guys get to see all the time. I know I've gotten a lot of questions about it, so we figured we'd go ahead and show it off. So let's get into this. All right, guys. So first off, we're going to get into the heart and soul of this whole operation. We have the 2 Bamboo P1S's here. So that one is brand new. We're going to call that one the Tron Bot. This one here is Mickey. Couldn't guess why, I guess, right? We got our mouse ears and all that up here. So this is our original one. This one's got about 15,000 hours plus on it right now, and she's still going strong. So very happy to have her there. Tronbot we are working on. It's actually working right now on getting the riser unit built up. So that's what we're printing right now. That'll take about 150 or so hours by the time it's all said and done to make that one up. So really excited for that. But that's our setup right there. And then going into, we also have our Ender 3 V2 production setup right here. I don't run this one nearly as often, but this is the same type of printer that Jeremie has and he's been using. And we'll get into some of our other printers here just a little bit. So kind of getting into the rest of it here, we have a lot to talk about. So first off, to start off, we have our park icons. So these are our 4 park puzzles, the ones that you can get at Walt Disney World. And with each one, we have all the icons for them. So we have Cinderella Castle. You can actually projection map on that one. And see all of your favorite Disney shows on there that you would see at the parks. Then we have my favorite right here is Spaceship Earth. This was a Adafruit kit that I went ahead and got, and I made 2 of them. Jeremie's got 1 of them, I have 1. And I can pre-program my own light show in it. So I can make this my own Spaceship Earth. And then we have our Hollywood Tower of Terror with Hollywood Studios over here. This was a scale model someone sent over to me that they had the actual blueprints for, and they were able to go ahead and make an actual copy of it. So I sliced this one down a little bit to go ahead and make some size, off of it and all that. But we have that one right here. I'll show you the full-size one in a little bit. Then we have Animal Kingdom. We have the Dino Institute up here. Behind it, I also have the Tree of Life as well. And then down here, guys, we have the Happily Ever After poster. This is the same one that you would see under the train station at Main Street. And then we have some of our castles here, part of the castle collection, so we'll get into the rest of these in a little bit. But for starters, we have Disneyland Paris right up here, probably the most elaborate out of all of them, or at least one of my favorites. Disney Shanghai, the most unique of all of them, totally different one. That is the Beauty and the Beast castle. Disneyland in California. And then over here we have our Disney transportation map, which is a really nice talking point. This one shows us all of the different methods of transportation across Walt Disney World. Everything from boats, skyliners, monorails, you name it, we have it. You're able to go ahead and see them all right here. So really happy to have that one. Born and raised in Rhode Island, so I have this map right here. This was one that was passed down from my family. This one is from 1936, so definitely on the older side, but a great talking point, and happy to have that one here. And then we have some other ones up here as well. We have Walt the Dreamer statue right here. Behind that we have Scooter, who drew that one right there. It has Mickey and Minnie next to it. I got that one at Festival of the Arts this year. Probably one of my favorite pieces. I get to go have him sign it up in the corner up here. And he went ahead and we discussed my whole collection, and you get to kind of understand what I had going on. So really happy about that. Then we have another piece here from Festival of the Arts. The artist's name right now escapes me on that one, but that one's not signed. But again, a nice, great picture to go ahead and showcase all of World Showcase up here. And we have the wife's picture right here from Finding Nemo. She bought this one at Festival of the Arts, and I get to go ahead and hang this one up in here. So really proud of that. And we have some friends up top over here. Then we have the White Mountains. We get a vacuum form map over here. You can't even buy this one anymore. This one is probably one of the more unique ones that I have in here. I've hiked a lot of these mountains up here, which is why I have this. And then we'll start taking you guys on over. Now over here we have all of our different stamps. This was a collection you could get from Disney Store, and it had all individual stamps. Instead, I bought the one that had all of them on it. It has all the different animated movies that they had produced. So everything started from Steamboat Willie kind of going on. So happy about that one. Then we got the Disney 100 Years of Wonder one with the Pixar ball. Thought it was only fitting to put Luxo Jr. here. You guys have probably seen this one by now. And then over here, we start kind of getting into some of the more interesting side of it here, guys. We have all of our posters. So Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, then goes into Canada. Then we have the UK, France Pavilion, Morocco, Japan, and the American Adventure. So with these kind of going in order of them, of the way World Showcase goes, and we'll get into the next half in just a minute. Over here, we have all of the festival passports up until now, as well as Flower and Garden there that Jeremie had designed. Then going over here, guys, we have Italy, Germany, China, Norway, Mexico, and we have Grand Fiesta Tour and the rest. We'll talk about those in a minute. Over here, we have Disney Hong Kong, and we have Disney Tokyo. Family picture behind there. Down here, we got Monorail to Magic Kingdom and EPCOT, as well as servants' quarters, no entry. I got a World Showcase medallion over here. I thought it was only fitting. I got the tower or Eiffel Tower done up over here. So we have Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in front as well. Bet on the Disney Fantasy, so I had to go ahead and make a shelf for that. Put that one up there. And we got our EPCOT logo, which I'm working on making into a light box eventually. And then we have Kitchen Cabaret, Luminous, the Symphony of Us. This one is not part of the collection. This was just one I wanted to have. I had all the other fireworks shows, so I figured I had to get this one. And I'm sorry about the glare on all these guys. It's a little bit bright in here right now. We got Spaceship Earth over here, Space 220. And then we have some of our 3D printed maps. We have EPCOT, Magic Kingdom. And we got our keys to the kingdom key right here that you guys have seen me reference a few times, as well as some of the other pins from that. All right, guys, and now we're going to talk about the center point of my collection. So we have the Roy E. Disney Animation Building. This was from one of the shorts that Disney had done a while ago. They were handing this out to a lot of the cast members at the time. I went ahead and I wanted it so bad I had one done up, and I'm very, very happy with this. I have all of the different characters that have ever been animated. There's so many in here, and I'm so lucky to be able to have this. Just an awesome piece to the collection. And then it kind of, from there, goes into the reason why everything's done up the way it is. We have our old section, and we have our new section. So in here, we have our 2000 celebration, and we have 2019. Illuminations was replaced by Harmonious. World of Motion, Test Track. You guys see where we're going with this. Then we have the Land in Communicore. Now it's Communicore Hall. We got Turtle Talk with Crush, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. And over here we have Soaring Around the World, The Living Seas, Wonders of Life. Then in the corner over here, guys, we got Kitchen Cabaret, which is no longer there. We get Spaceship Earth right next to Space 220. I just thought the two went well together. And then going down here, guys, again, this was the old. Over here is the new. So we have Maelstrom over there, Horizons, the Universe of Energy, Imagination, the Play Pavilion, which again, no longer exists, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Space, and Frozen to top it all off. And then down here we also have the DCL Sail Away poster down here as well. And again, guys, really a lot of thought went into trying to lay all this out, but this is all 38 posters that you can get from the Disney store hung up all in here. And then we have all of our Christmas lights in here. Kind of reminded me a lot of Andy's room, so we kept them on up in here. And reminded me a lot of Toy Story Mania and all that, so I figured we'd go ahead and keep that one up. But anyways, guys, moving on to the next little bit here, we have our Here You Leave Today and Enter the World of Yesterday, Tomorrow, and Fantasy plaque. Again, 3D printed, Tomorrowland plaque. And then we go into the laboratory, if you want to call it that. We have our our Voron Trident V2 up here, our Bamboo A1. We call this one Minnie. We got Minnie here, we got Mickey over there. A little bit of honeycomb board going up there, Pirates of the Caribbean. Over here we also have our full model of the Tower of Terror that was done up. And again, this was a very complex model to print. Could not get all the supports off of it, but again, it was an awesome print. I'm so happy to be able to go ahead and have it and showcase it. And then just continuing here, guys, so much filament up top, so much. We have some more down here as well. And then this is going to be our new riser unit that we're building right here. This is one that's going to be over 120 hours by the time it is done. And then over here we have our multi-board, which is always growing. We have some more Disney prints. Shocker. We have Hollywood Studios right here and Disneyland Paris right there. Then we have our Disney 100th camera, which goes ahead and showcases Walt inside of the camera. It does click, which is awesome. We have all the pictures from all the Disney 100 movies in there. We have our multiplane camera in here as well, which all shows from the original film and all, which is awesome. And then we have this awesome case which features what the multicam camera is actually trying to show and all that. So very lucky to have that one here. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little tour, little bonus clip. Hope this gives you guys some more insight on what is going on in here. And if you're wondering what it looks like in the dark, it's pretty cool. So with that being said, guys, greatly appreciate you all, and have a happy 4th, and take care, guys.